Well, hello my beautiful book besties, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Liv and today we are going book shopping. I am so excited to go book shopping. Do I need more books on my shelves? Probably not, but I have not gone out and gone book shopping on a Saturday just for me in a really long time. My friend Kendall's also gonna come with me, so you'll probably see her. She is the best book shopping buddy because she used to work at Barnes & Noble, so she's somehow always finding different titles and things that I'm not seeing or that I'm overlooking. Typically when I do book shop, it is on Wednesdays, which are my in-office work days, and I can swing around the corner because I'm already in town. Last year my local Barnes & Noble shut down and it was so sad because I used to go there all the time for new releases, and now I usually have to go to Walmart or Target and just hope they have enough copies. So it's been a while since I've been to a couple secondhand stores. I have Mr. K's, Second and Charles, I have a Goodwill bookstore that sometimes is promising, and then of course we'll probably end up at Barnes & Noble. I don't really have anything specific that I'm looking for other than if there's any other fall books I want to add to my TBR. We're trying to keep the fall theme. But honestly, I'm just open to whatever I can find. I feel like when I go into bookstores with an open mind, that's when I typically find something or find more than what I'm looking for, which can be dangerous. But today we're going to be shopping a little bit on a budget because I do have some store credit. I wanted to fit the theme and wear like a cute sweater or a cozy outfit, but honestly you guys, it is so hot. It is 85 degrees. I just threw on some athletic shorts and a t-shirt because I like to be comfortable when I book shop as much as I want to look cute and just to kind of fit the vibe. The vibe is not sweaty today. We're just gonna be full on comfort and just enjoy the Saturday of book shopping. And to be completely upfront and honest with you guys, I am not the best at filming in public. I'm going to try my absolute best. I never go book shopping on a Saturday and I have a feeling it's going to be very busy. I already know it's just gonna be overcrowded. But also, side note, I just wanted to show you guys, this is my book tote bag of choice today that I'm taking with me. This is a tote bag made by my friend Rachel at the Bestie Book Sleeve. This tote might actually look familiar to you because last year I created a book sleeve collection under my name with all of these beautiful fall patterns, and this year Rachel decided to put together tote bags for us to use, which I honestly think is perfect because if you cannot choose which book sleeve pattern you like, all you have to do is buy the tote. And this tote is very big. There's a couple inside pockets. She even let me choose the inside lining color and I absolutely love teal. So I am going to be using this big old bag for book shopping today. This will definitely fit all my book needs. If I fill this book up by the end of the day, I think I will be very surprised. But I just had to give her a shout out. If you guys have not seen this tote bag yet, it's part of my book sleeve or my Liv's Library cozy collection. And again, here are some of the book sleeves. If you're interested, I cannot choose a favorite. I love them all. I've already been using them since like the end of August. But without further rambling, let's just go ahead, and I think we're gonna start off at Mr. K's. But before we do that, we're gonna go to my absolute favorite local coffee shop. It is so good. I don't know what beans or grounds they use or what type of oat milk, but it is so creamy. It is so good. I just have a very big craving, so I'm gonna go a little bit out of my way to grab a coffee, but we're gonna need fuel for this book shopping afternoon. So let's go ahead, hop in the car, and I will see you guys at Mr. K's.
Oh, it's raining so hard I can barely tell when she's making a move for it. She looks like a little,
Hello! Okay, so a little update. Kendall accidentally locked her keys in her car, so we had to take a little detour, wait on a locksmith to come, which is totally fine, but it was a torrential downpour. So we went to go get some McDonald's. We met up with my sister because she was also out book shopping. So I've been out a little bit longer than I planned, but it's been a chaotic day, but a good day. So we're finally at Barnes & Noble, the motherland, and let's just see what we can find in Barnes & Noble. You saw we had a little fiasco with getting keys locked in the car, but that's okay because I got to spend extra time with my best friend, so honestly cannot complain there. So I didn't necessarily find any fall books, and all of these things I was not necessarily looking for. I actually am going to include some nonfiction, which is not very typical here on my channel. You guys know I read a lot of fantasy, some romance, some mystery thrillers, so I kind of have an out of the ordinary book haul, but I'm very excited about everything that I found. So even though this is not necessarily a fall haul, I didn't really see any like fall books I didn't already own or haven't gotten recently at Barnes & Noble. So I did not purchase anything at Barnes & Noble, which was honestly probably for the better because their books are just so expensive and I would rather support a secondhand store. So did not get anything at Barnes & Noble, and we didn't get the chance to go to the Goodwill bookstore. We did just decide to skip it because typically when I've gone, they just don't really have much of anything. Well, let's go ahead and start with what I found at Mr. K's. The first thing that I saw is this new Ashley Flowers, The Missing Half. I actually unhauled her previous mystery thriller. I don't know, something about it just wasn't speaking to me, but this is very short and I still want to try one of her books, and I think this one is about two sisters whose husbands disappear, so they have to find their missing halves, and that is not what I thought this title meant. So that was news to me, and I feel like this is just gonna be a really fun time. I have listened to the Crime Junkie podcast in the past. Honestly, this cover is really drawing me in. I love the teal and the orange. It's like my favorite color palette, and I would just love to give one of her books a try, so this one caught my eye. Two women haunted by their sisters' unsolved disappearances band together. Okay, so maybe it's not about their husbands. I'm not exactly sure, but I love a good sister dynamic. And then Kendall found for me the Mime Order by Samantha Shannon. This is book 2 in the Bone season. I own book 1. I got it forever ago for like $1 at a used book sale, and this one was only $8 with store credit. I feel like you cannot find these in hardcover. I think they actually have redone the covers recently, but I've heard that this series is not only fantasy, but there's dystopian elements to it. I could be completely wrong on that, but after reading Silver Elite and really not liking that one, I'm honestly on the hunt for another dystopian that just really hits the spot. After reading Sunrise on the Reaping, I've just been craving craving something dystopian. Ooh, we have a brutal prison camp, mime lords and mime queens, and it looks like there is an underworld. So I think this is going to be very interesting. It is more of a backlisted series, but it's one that's been on my radar for a while that's constantly getting good reviews. I think I just need to read it and find out for myself. If I like the first one, I can just jump right into the second. So the next book I found, or books that I found, are actually Christian fiction and non-fiction. Now I have gotten several comments over the last few years or questions about, you're a Christian, are you ever going to include Christian fiction or do some type of vlog or recommendations? And truth be told, that is something I'm currently trying to get back into, and so the rest of the books that I have are Christian. So if you're not that interested in that, I totally get it. But one author that I feel like is giving the Christian version of Jennifer McMahon, you guys know I love Jennifer McMahon, even though her last couple books were definitely not my cup of tea. There is a lady called Jamie Jo Wright who has written some creepy, dark, and gothic stories, and she tends to write in dual timelines, which I also love. So I feel like this author could be right up my alley. So when I saw this for $3, I was like, yeah, I definitely want to try this. And I love that her stories seem to end in some type of hope, which I think is what we all need right now. It says, Kane Prescott is no longer a stranger to death. When her husband died 2 years ago, her pleas for further investigation into his suspicious demise fell on deaf ears. In desperate need of a fresh start, Kane purchases an old house sight unseen in her grandfather's Wisconsin hometown. But one look at the eerie abandoned house immediately leaves her questioning her rash decision. And when the house's dark history comes back with a vengeance, Kane is forced to face the terrifying realization she has nowhere left to hide. A century earlier, and we're following another girl named Ivy Thorpe, and this house used to be called Foster Hill. I absolutely love this cover. It looks so creepy and captivating. There is a couple like stains and stickers and stuff on it, but I'll clean it up. I used to read a lot of Ted Dekker. He's like a darker kind of suspenseful Christian author. I'm pretty sure I've read every single one of his books, but it's been a really long time since I've read like a Christian fiction book. I haven't been able to find any of her books in stores, so I was really surprised when I saw this. This next book is called Rhythms of Renewal by Rebecca Lyons, Trading Stress and Anxiety for a Life of Peace and Purpose. This book I think is going to hit so hard for me. Take charge of your emotional health and inspire your loved ones to do the same. Overcome anxiety by establishing daily habits that keep you mentally and physically strong. Find joy through restored relationships in your family and community. Walk in confidence with unique gifts you have to offer the world. I feel like there's going to be a lot of great applicable things in this book, but this cover caught my eye. It's absolutely beautiful, and I'm pretty sure I've had a couple friends read this, so I'm very excited to read it for myself. Another book I've seen floating around quite a bit for the past few years is Ruth Chow Simmons' Beholding and Becoming. It's called The Art of Everyday Worship. I think my sister has even read this, but it is beautiful. Look at these end papers. This is so pretty. You just have kind of like little daily devotionals throughout, but then you also have just beautiful, beautiful illustrations. I wish I could show you guys like every single page of this book. It's just so beautiful, and I love how it just includes mindfulness, how to include worship in your everyday life, what that means. I don't really know what all this book has to hold, but it was only $8. I feel like it's a beautiful like coffee table book, so I'm hoping to make my way through this one eventually. And then we have what I found at Second and Charles. I've never read a Kevin DeYoung book. This one's called The Hole in Our Holiness, filling the gap between gospel passion and the pursuit of godliness. What does it mean to be holy? Why should we care? And how can we change? This is a very tiny book, but I've seen this one around a lot, and because it's so small, it was less than $5. I figured I may as well try it for myself. And then last but not least, we have a book I've seen year after year after year. I don't think it's Christian, but it's called Boundaries: When to Say Yes, How to Say No, to Take Control of Your Life. This is actually a book that I've wanted to read for a while, but my manager actually recommended it to me, and I think there's going to be a lot of great things in this. As someone who is a people pleaser, sometimes struggles with saying no, I think this one is definitely going to hit home. I'm sure a lot of you guys have read this one. It was published in 1992. We had to set goals for the coming year for our career path at work, and so this is one of the books that I'm hoping to read that will give me kind of like some boundaries, maybe in the workplace, obviously with family and friends as well. I think this is just going to be a really good self-help book. Okay, last but not least, you guys know I'm not a Funko Pop person. Yes, I think they're cute. Yes, I think people pay way too much money for certain ones. I think it's kind of ridiculous, but the one and only Funko Pop I currently have is Frodo from Lord of the Rings, and I have been on the hunt because I really want to find Samwise Gamgee. He is a harder one to find for whatever reason, but I love that I have like a little Lord of the Rings section on my bookshelf, and this whole time I'm like, if only I had Samwise, because there's not very many left on Amazon and they're starting to go up in price. But lo and behold, I found one at Second and Charles for $12, and I honestly think this is just going to complete my shelf. Ever since I've revamped my shelves into just fantasy, I've been wanting to add little trinkets and fun things to the shelves because I've never really been able to do that. I've owned way too many books in the past and I'm constantly just like piling them up. But this year I really wanted to start collecting things like this, just little extra things that bring me joy. So this definitely brought me joy when I saw it, because now I can have Frodo and Sam together. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely have quite a variety of books that I picked up, which honestly I love. I've been wanting to build my collection of Christian nonfiction and nonfiction just in general. I feel like these were the perfect additions, as well as a fun mystery thriller, another fantasy of course. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I apologize I did not haul any fall books, but that's okay because we still went book shopping. It was still fun. I feel like I haven't gone out just to do something like that for myself in a while, and it was crazy busy. So I got what footage that I could. It was insane, which I love to see. I love to see people at bookstores. I love to see people reading, and you know, it's fun to encounter and talk to people and just meet new friends. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. I love you so much, and I will see you in my next video.